Welcome to the Royal Gypsy Hood. My name is Rafamama. So let me start out with a story, right? I went on vacation to LA for 3 weeks. It's just a little funny story. At one place that I stayed at, you know, the guy seemed kind of sketchy anyways in the first place, you know what I'm saying? But he was cool enough, you know, he was nice, and, you know, our kids played together, and it was awesome. But anyway, then he wanted my social media, and he asked my son if I was a psychic. That's all I knew from my son, you know. And then he also told my son that he accidentally, because he told me to add him. So I was like, okay, and I did it. And he accidentally thought I was somebody else. And so he denied the requests on both of them, and told me to, you know, request again. So, okay. Next time I see the guy, he's like, you know, are you a gypsy? Welcome to the Royal Gypsy Hood. Now, what does that mean to you? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean to you? It depends on what that means to you. You know, because he said he was once cursed by a gypsy, and I was like, oh. Well, what'd you really do? You know what I'm saying? I have some intuition about it, but, you know, I'll keep that to myself. Anyway, what does that mean to me? What that means to me is that I am an eclectic human being. It means that I have, you know, Uranus in first house. And, you know, I like being in different scenarios and different places and people and scenes. And, you know, if I could, I would like to change my look all the time, you know. So it's a lot. It's a lot of work, though. Anyways, here we are. And this is how I do it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chart for myself. I'm not going to do a screen share. Ooh, I feel chilly. The stone is cold. Welcome to Pisces season. Ooh, it's a special retrograde. It really is. Okay, here we go. The way that I do it is that I just pull up the screen to where it is now. So when I pull it up and started to look at it, it's in universal time. It was 8:16. So figure out the math in your head. For me, it was 6 hours, you know, difference, central time. Now, I was paying attention to the moon and the square to Saturn and Pluto. You know, I like to write it out. You know, it's the last day we're transitioning from Aries moon into Taurus moon. And I think I realized that, you know, I want to get the video out in advance, but, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me when, if I'm receiving a message, you know, from the transit, then I'm living it and walking it. So before I speak on it, you know, I have to be in it, immersed in it. So how this is speaking to me, pretty much having, you know, dwelled in the energy and then looking today upon the chart to meditate upon it. It's a beautiful thing, really, the way that it played out in my life. So for the Pisces moon, or for the Pisces new moon, I was confused and a little baffled about so much for, you know, your external goals as the moon is waxing. You know, what is it that I want to focus on as my goal? You know, that what am I going to be planting? And so, you know, with all of the overwhelming things that I have to try and accomplish, you know, and to realistically just into, you know, the most important things, you know, and what's called for in the times, right? So for me with the Pisces moon, it truly was about, hey, you know, get back into meditating. And you know, when we're talking about the external goals, okay, it's the external factor of the, I had to discipline myself to do that though too, right? And that's where the North Node opposing, you know, Saturn and Pluto as well in Capricorn, is bringing us to, right? But the discipline of those things, we think of them as opposites, but no. And then with the square with the moon, right, in Aries, it just brought this like emotional urge to act. Okay, I'm gonna do this now, you know, and I sat down and I started to do it. You know, while I was in Pisces, I was dreaming about it. You know, I was still dreaming about the concept of the ability to consistently walk in this form and model, right? Because there's so much that is unclear, you know. I'm thinking of the Seven of Cups and all of the choices and the things that are around us, and which direction do we go and flow and ebb, you know. And so anyway, that was Pisces. And then we go into the progression of the moon going into Aries now, and the action, you know, gets spurred behind it. I sat and I meditated today, you know, and it felt good. And I asked my son to join me. It was 5 minutes, you know, it's a start. And I mean, not for me, but for him, it was 5 minutes. But he did really good when we were in California. And he came to a meditation with me. So I was like, yay. So with that being said, now the moon is progressing further, and it's going to be crossing over into Taurus. And that's going to take that starter fuel, light, you know, candle energy, and it's going to ground it, right? So the tradition, but it's the belief, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are to be truly a walking, breathing, talking meditation, right? And can you imagine if we only talked when we had to? But I always feel like I have to. I gotta get this shit out. Anyway. Yeah, so the moon will then be coming into conjunction as well with Mars in Taurus. Hello. So then we're bringing the two together. So it's really going to give us the fuel to discipline ourselves. But like, if we take the advice that's being given to us by the energy that's pulling on us right now, right? Saturn will reward us. It's going to take us deep down into new depths of who we really are. You know, the Chiron is in Aries. It's all about, and then we've got, you know, the moon in Aries and about to conjunct Mars soon, you know. And so what is the story here that is being told? The message that's being told through the story of the energies that are blending. You know, it's the wounded soldier, it's the emotion, you know, and then it's going to cross over. The moon will be crossing over past Uranus and Taurus as well. So that's almost like, I mean, it's like walking down the road and here we go. Ooh, what's this door over here? Oh, you've got that for sale, madame. Madame. Are you single? That's pretty much like the dance that happens as the planets go around and the moon touches base, you know, monthly upon each and every one of them. So this flow with Aries, again, our identities, right? Who we are, who we truly are, who we feel we are, opposed to who we really are, right? Some of us are walking in it, and yes, but there's still aspects that we are constantly, man, I'm telling you, if the planets shift like this, why aren't you? You know? And you should be going back to who am I, you know, every time that the conjunction or the square or, you know, the moon or whatever planet is in there, that in that aspect is how you should be shifting your life and moving with the ebb and flow of the universe, you know. So anyway, yeah, it's like the moon already crossed Chiron and now it's in the last degrees of Aries. It's gonna get, you know, the emotions get zapped like this, and we walk through, you know, and the moon goes past into like a new open portal. If you allow yourself to actually be led by it. So anyway, then from there, it's gonna keep walking along and bump into Mars, you know, and it could work a couple of ways, you know, depending on where you're at. And what you're seeking out of it, for sure. I mean, at that point, the moon will be, once it reaches 15 degrees with, well, by then, maybe 16 degrees, I don't know, with Mars, it'll be trining Saturn. All right. So there's a lot of support for stability, really, with the action that is taken, though. But we have to make sure that it's not, you know, hothead Aries mixed with, you know, moon, right? We have to take that like moon emotions, you know, in the negative aspects. But with the discipline, right, of Saturn trining Mars and the moon at that time, it'll really be support. It'll be support or punishment. Like, you know, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Always comes to my mind. So yeah, because we'll still have, you know, even when the moon gets past, you know, that point, we'll still have Uranus that is squaring, you know, the moon and Pluto and the North Node. All right. So it's in support if we ride the wave, you know what I'm saying? Instead of getting sunken down, you know, right there with Pluto. If we don't go take a trip to, you know, visit a little something down there, you know. But yeah, if we actually, for me, this is how it manifested, and for you, it can manifest in different ways. Now, for me, I actually have Pisces in my fourth house, so it's all about meditation and digging deep, because like shit, that's where I get my most clarity, and everything becomes more simple, you know. And miracles happen. Wow, the workings that happen behind the scenes in the spiritual realm that you're just so unconscious about. Honestly, like, that is overwhelming it in like an amazing way. Like, that is like, that's definitely a wave I want to ride, you know? So yeah. I think that whatever it is, in whatever realm in life, in the world, you know, whatever part of your life that this plays effect in, as long as we mold ourselves, you know, make it a tradition, you know, don't make it a chore or a task, but let it become your identity, you know. Make the lifestyle that you seek, that you desire, your tradition, you know, where it becomes like that meditation, a living, walking, breathing, being, you know, your dreams, you know, born and birthed into reality. Mars is also birth, right? And in Taurus, representing Venus. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of action and fertility, you know, a little freakiness going on in there. Most definitely with Uranus at 0 degrees in Taurus. Come on. The other thing that I noticed, now this is dope. And it's a very loose yod, but I still like to recognize the energy, you know, because pretty soon Mars is going to be closer to 22 and 25 degrees. Right now it's at 15 degrees, right, in Taurus. And so when it reaches, you know, North Node is kind of like, come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. So big and so strong. You know, Mars is over there all buff and stuff, you know. Cancer North Node is like, hey. All feminine, you know what I mean? You want to eat? I like to cook. North Node is like, come on, I need a little action over here, buddy. And so they're having this conversation, right? And she's like, I need a big buff man like you, baby. You know, I got Uranus over there squaring me in Taurus. Aren't you bigger, better, bolder than Uranus though? Like, who wins? Who wins that battle? Mars or Uranus, huh? Ooh. So she's putting them to, like, you know, in competition with each other. She's like, I got Uranus over here, you know, squaring me, and then I got Pluto trying to oppose me over there. Come on over here, big boy. Come on. So they're over there talking, you know, and what comes out of that collaboration with the yod is Jupiter. Ooh! Have found a baby. 22 degrees, you know. Let's see what's gonna happen when how many days it's gonna take, how quickly. Oh, it's gonna be 23 degrees by then. But right now, anyways, I'm foretelling the future. Okay, so by the time it's like a By the time Taurus is at 22, you know, Jupiter will be at 23 degrees in Sagittarius, and the North Node will be at 24 degrees. So 22, 23, 24. Bam! That's what I like to see. Right in between, smack dab the two of them. So we got this triangle, 22 and 24 over here. And what comes right in between is that collaboration, you know, is 23, you know, between those two numbers. And that's Jupiter. Came from the both of us, right? From the feminine and from the masculine. And what does 5 represent? 23 degrees equaling 5. Change. I mean, that's right there. Saturn's number is pretty much Jupiter, Sagittarius. The number 5 is pretty representative of, you know, Sagittarius. And so what is it that we're birthing? You know, when you have that collaboration, when you have that action, that positive and negative working together, right? And the patterns that form, like the tin project that I just did with my son, you know, with the tin chloride, you know, and the batteries, electricity, you know, and the patterns that got formed with the tin, right? And this is what happens with our life and the actions and the choices that we make. And when we actually have in harmony in a relationship, you know, in communication, the North Node is our spiritual destiny collectively, how we are to operate right now, that we are to honor the feminine, honor the moon, you know, honor nurturing and new birth, and you know, those things that work in the darkness, you know, of the moon, you know, of the womb, and especially opposing Pluto and Capricorn. I mean, you want to talk about death, so we honor her, right? And yeah, I'm excited because if we stay in tune with that within whatever realm of our life that it speaks to, right? The finger of God is pointing to that Jupiter, you know, and it's a destiny point for us, for a change, for good luck, you know what I'm saying? For blessings, for ascension, for, you know, revelations, you know, for harmonious relationships, you know. It's changes that are happening within us on a molecular level, as the universe and the planets and, you know, are also turning. So we are on the inside, you know, and that is the direction that we are to head, to birth that new child, you know. Right after Sagittarius, Jupiter will be going into Capricorn. So it takes us back to, you know, the disciplines, right? It could definitely feel like we're either being capitalized upon, or that we are able to capitalize on, right? Which direction, by your choices and actions, by seeking answers inside of you instead of just doing, right? Because Mars isn't acting alone here, you know. It's not gonna work that way. The North Node, the spiritual destiny, he's there as a supporter at this time. And that's just what the stars say. I mean, who am I to argue? So, yeah. that's how I feel about that. This is March 9th, 2019. And I am going to do a reading, a tarot reading. Again, this was really a focus on the Aries moon. Where is my... I've been talking to my chart this whole time. I don't know what I look like, but where's my screen here? I gotta find it. There we go. There it is. Okay, so I am going to eat a grape or two. And I'm going to do this reading. I'd probably be putting people to sleep. Can you at least... Everybody tells me my voice is soothing. Maybe. Like, can you at least let the video run so I can get the playtime? Please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. A message for this Aries noon, not new moon, this Aries moon transit. The Six of Swords, that's interesting. The World in reverse. The Fool. Oh, come on. I gotta see something right here. Okay. Venus is in Aquarius too. And I didn't even say anything about her. But, you know, she's definitely related and within that feminine and, you know, energy. And this is Mercury. The Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius. So being that Mercury is retrograde and Venus is in Aquarius, the Six of Swords. It might even feel like your world got flipped upside down, you know, and you're starting fresh. I'm definitely starting fresh and new, you know, for me. And detaching yourself from old thoughts and feelings, you know. Don't let that plague you. Don't let it, like, it's a reversal. It's that reversal that we talked about, you know, in that decree the other day of the darkness forming it, you know, not allowing it to just seep out everywhere, but you take that dark matter, you form it, you know, and conform it and then, you know, reverse it. So yeah, the Fool card, again, that theme of Aquarius continuing through. The Five of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Swords, and the Magician. Beautiful. I mean, pretty much that everything that I said. Who is the Magician? Is the alchemist. You know, the change of perception of mind, of course. you know, reversing the and being Venus and Worth and Taurus, you know, the energies that are at play in the cards and in the chart. You know, here, I gotta put the screen back so I know. There we go. What I'm showing you. I didn't even show the first cards, did I? This is the Six of Swords. The World in reverse. Menzel Bowman's deck. And the Fool. You know, how many levels, how many departments are there within your head? And speaking of the world and Capricorn energy, you know, how many diverse departments are there within your head, you know, within your brain? Seriously. Right? So then the Five of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. And the Magician. The Alchemist, baby. And where is our alchemy, or what must we alchemize? That yod that's coming up. The actions that we take that are also related to the honoring of the feminine aspects of our cellular, you know, body, you know, the intuition, you know, family, home, you know, not just constantly the corporate shit, you know, but hey, let's honor our feelings and then take action. You know what I'm saying? Like, and alchemize and birth that new thing, that higher way of accomplishing something. So there's some things that I know I'm knocking my head over, or I try not to, but it's like but if we allow ourselves to think about it, you know what I'm saying? We don't let it run us. But if we allow ourselves to think about it, it just fucks with us, you know? And so that is where, with the theme of this Pisces new moon, the, you know, Neptune being in Pisces, and Mercury retrograde in Pisces, you know, Sun in Pisces. It's like, come on, baby. You definitely gotta be in love, you know, so that it doesn't trip you up, so that, you know, and I mean, walk in love, you know, so that we can think new ways, that when we walk away from what might seem, you know, pretty much you can take it for the good or for the bad of it. Whatever doesn't seem right. Whatever it is that doesn't seem right, or that you're unclear about, that is bugging the fuck out of you, you know. Wisdom card is the Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, and patience. Okay, Taurus, the bull, you know, energy that's at play right now, especially with Uranus at 0 degrees. I mean, come on, here we go. Uranus. This is a Aquarius card, which rules Uranus. At 0 degrees, you know. Ground zero, the Fool. Transformation, intuition, and patience. As Uranus travels through Taurus, it's just gonna stir up a whole lot of shit, you know? And it should be good, you know, if we can alchemize, if we play our cards right, if we shift our minds, if we have new ways of thinking about what's next, you know, about what's new. But tapping into your intuition, again, patience and stillness. It is so the theme. It is so the theme. That did you know that being patient and still can actually mean that you're doing something? Something very significant. To be patient and to be still is an action. To be patient and to be still is a very conscious action. You consciously choose to do nothing, right? Because you have to sit and receive and feed, just like you feed your body, you know, your spirit has to feed and receive and recharge and, you know, process shit. Okay. I've definitely been feeling tension in my heart, personally. One ring circus. Slow and steady. I mean, come on. First of all, the magician is number one ring circus. The ace, you know, and the fool. Hey, take your time. Ease up on into it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. There's no rush. Take the time to delve into the intuition. This is my goal. This is my external goal. The action, the conscious action, not the conscious action of laying in bed, the conscious action of staring at my phone, you know, the conscious action of, you know, watching Netflix, you know, but the conscious action of stillness. And utilizing in that stillness, utilizing my intuition for transformation and having patience with myself and with the outcomes to just be, right? The action, Aries, the action to be still. I am independent. Oh my God. So related to all the ones, you know. So related to the ace and the magician and the one ring circus, you know. I am aligned. That's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. That ends the reading. I am aligned. Oh, what a blessing it is to know that you are aligned. If even if you don't see it, you know, know what's happening. Things are changing and shifting, and you feel like a novice and you don't know which direction you're going, and you can't believe that happened, you know, that way. And it might feel like your world is being flipped around, but baby, for the better, you know. Take it as, you know, you don't need anybody's help or assistance. You know, you just need to alchemize the fuck out of this shit, you know, independently, you know, even from a foolhardy, risk-taking place, you know, to travel the world. I am alignment, and there will be divine appointments. And you will connect with others just like you, but different. Amen. Oh, that just touched my heart. Yo, the visual of the colors. Spirit is good. Spirit is good. Let's just put a tear to my eye. I am alignment. I am alignment. I am alignment. Even with that, it doesn't look like it matches, but it's beautiful, perfectly in there. I am alignment. Independently in alignment, okay? Like every single vertebrae, and you have your place, because with one vertebrae gone, the other ones fill it. I am alignment. And I am alignment. Man, I encourage you to get into your meditations if you have not. Like, hey, do this thing with me, you know? And it would be such an encouragement for me to know that I am not alone. We are family. Hey, hey, hey. So thank you, Holy Spirit. And if you're watching, until next time, Nanu, Nanu, and peace be unto you.